Hi, it's Ingrid, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's time to pick out my August TBR. As always, I have my little jar here with prompts and we're gonna pick one and then find a book that correlates with the prompt. I'm gonna be choosing 5 books this month because I've been in a bit of a reading slump, so I don't want to pick too many so that I can try to mood read a bit. From the TBR I picked out for July, I haven't read a single one. There's a motorcycle. If you could hear that, I'm sorry. Go away. Okay, it's July 30th. And how many books have I read this month? One single book. And it's the end of the month. I read 12 books in June, and in July, 1. I'm not very happy with it. I've been in a slump. Reading slump, life slump, who knows. I went to Amsterdam to see Taylor Swift. Came back home. Didn't do anything for the rest of the month. Finally finished a book 2 days ago. Started another one. Got 35 pages into it. Haven't picked up a book since. So 5 books, I think that's gonna be good. I'm gonna try to pick some good ones that will get me out of this reading slump. There are 3 books I know I'm going to read this month because I have a video I'm doing with 3 specific books. So if I can match one of those to one of these prompts, I'm going to do it. But now I'm gonna stop talking and we're just gonna get into it, and we're gonna pick out our first prompt. I hope it's a good one because I just need to get it. I hate life. The first prompt is a book you judge by the cover in a bad way. I'm giving up, you can't see it. So I'm just gonna look for an ugly cover. Do I have any ugly covers right now? I probably do. Not to be rude, but I think this one's kind of ugly. I'm just not a fan of like real people, and this looks like a real person. And I don't really like the pose either. So the selection is an option. But I don't want to take out every single cover I have on here. Oh, wait. Normal People by Sally Rooney is pretty ugly. Like, what is this? Is that like a can of fish? There's people in it, but like it looks like it could be a can of fish. And I don't like the colors. The cover that they have in store now, beautiful. The colors so cute. This one, red and yellow and blue, and it just doesn't look very good, so that's another option. I think I really want to read the selection, but Normal People is going to be put in that video I just talked about. So I'm going to choose Normal People by Sally Rooney. I don't really know what this is about. I know it's a show and people love it, and I know people like cry from this. I think it's like a fiction, maybe like a literary fiction vibe. I don't really know. I don't know too much about this book. I'm going to read the back of it very quickly. It seems like the male main character is like very popular, while the girl is like a loner, kind of. Very opposite people in society. It says here that Normal People is a story of mutual fascination, friendship and love. It takes us from that first conversation to the years beyond, in the company of 2 people who try to stay apart but find they can't. I know a lot of people cry from this, and I really want to watch the show, so I'm gonna choose this. And I have a video planned for over a year now. I just keep pushing it away, but like I have to do it this month because of what the video is. It has to be done this month. So that's my first choice. Prompt number 2. If people don't stop driving by right now, I'm gonna actually lose it, because why are you so loud? A book that is older than me. I don't want an old book. I don't know, I feel like all of these up here are pretty recent. I need a book that was published before 2003. I don't know how I'm supposed to know that. Oh my god, I'm gonna check something. I know it's older than me, but I'm gonna check when it was released anyways. Because I want the specific year. This is perfect. I'm putting this book in that video as well. 1984 by George Orwell was published in 1949. So it's definitely older than me. I don't know what this is about, and I'm not gonna look into it, but this is gonna be in the same video as Normal People. Can you guess what it is? Probably not. But these two are connected in some way. Obviously not the stories, but the video they're being put in, and I'm very excited for it. And that's perfect that I found prompts that matched two books that I already have planned for this video. Now I feel like I'm getting out of a slump by being excited for this, so this is good. That's why I'm doing this now. I want to get out of this slump. Prompt number 3. What does this say? Goodreads rating over 4.3. So I'm gonna go back on my phone and we're gonna open Goodreads. Maybe I should just search up books I really want to read. I'm gonna check out the... Wait. For the video I'm filming right now, I'm gonna check if I could actually type. That would be great. That's not how you spell that. Please. 4.3, was that what I said? 4.3. This one has a 3.94, so that's not happening. What about that one? Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage has a 3.98. I feel like this is going to be difficult. What about The Naturals? I really want to read that soon. 4.19. That was almost. I could... Indigo Ridge, I want to read that. I know that's very well loved, but I don't know. 4.17. I need something higher. I feel like this is going to be a struggle. I want to come back to you when I find something. I have decided on a book. The rating on this one is 4.48. So it's above 4.3. This book is on my summer TBR, and I really want to finish this series this year, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I read A Court of Mist and Fury in January, I think, so it's definitely time to finish the series. Like, I loved it, so I don't know why I didn't read it immediately after. This is a thick book, and that intimidates me. It shouldn't, because I read Akamov pretty quickly, so I'm probably gonna read this one pretty quickly too. So I'm putting that on my TBR. Book number 4. I'm hoping it's like an easy read, but also something that I can put in a video. Bought in 2023. Did I buy A Court of Frost and Starlight in 2023? Because if I read A Court of Wings and Ruin, I'm gonna read that one as well, because I'm putting it in a video together. I could also do... What's the other book? No, I bought that before, I think. I'm gonna check Goodreads, because I usually add them when I buy them. We're gonna go down to 2023. The next Hunger Games book is an option, because I bought that in June last year. May or June, because my mom got me that when I got my first A, and that was last year, because that was my first ever exam. We're gonna see what our options are. I should do Iron Flame, but I don't want to. Oh, I really want to do that one. I don't know if I'm gonna take them out. I'm not gonna take... I'm gonna be smart, and I'm gonna take them out. The options that I'm considering. Okay, I have 3 options for a book bought in 2023. I have The Crow Trap by Anne Cleeves. This is the books that the TV show Vera is based on, and that is one of my favorite shows ever. I grew up watching that along with a bunch of other British crime shows. So I really want to read the books, and I have the first one, so I really want to read that. I very recently rewatched the show with my mom, and I just really want to read this, and I want to buy the rest of the series, but I'm trying to not do that until I've read this one. So that's a good choice. I also have Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. This is the last book of her that I own. She has one more book published, I think, and I'm trying not to buy that until I read this one. Again, I'm trying to be smart about my purchases, and it's on my summer TBR, so I really should read it, and I have a video where I could implement this one. Then I also have The Hunger Games Catching Fire because I started a Hunger Games reading vlog and I need to continue that so I can post it, which means I have to read this book. So all of these options are smart for different reasons. I think I'm gonna choose between these two. I don't know. I should pick this one so I can finish that video before I start the video I want to put this in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the Hunger Games Catching Fire. If I didn't explain Echo War, whatever. I always do this. But this one, I don't know what this one is about, but the first one follows Katniss, who joins the Hunger Games, which basically every year, I think it's every year, at least there's multiple things. I think it's yearly. It could be a bigger gap between each game, but I think it's a yearly game where a boy and a girl from each district gets put into this competition where they have to basically kill other people to survive, and they're all like kids fighting to their death, trying to win. This is the next book. I don't really know what's gonna happen in this one, but I am excited to continue because I really enjoyed the first one. So I'm putting this on my TBR. Now I have 4 books, so it's time to choose the last one. I might choose 6 because I'm really happy with my choices so far. This one says, from the TBR cart. I put specific ones because you might like think, wouldn't they all be from the TBR cart? But as you've probably seen when I picked out books, I have some books over here. Like over here is my series shelf. I have a shelf down here with like a continuation of series that I haven't started yet. Most of these are unread, and my summer TBR is here. These ones are for videos. So I need to choose something from this one. I think, based on what I have there, okay, none of that is going to be included in these books, so I can pretty much pick whatever I want. But I'm going to try to be smart about it and pick something I can do a video for. So I might do Indigo Ridge, because there's a video I really want to do this month that I can include that one in. I've also been wanting to read The Deal. I'm trying to think. Divine Rivals is also one I've really been wanting to read. But honestly, I'm gonna choose Indigo Ridge. I don't really know what this is. I think it's a romance in it, but it's also a mystery because the new chief of police of this place ends up having a one-night stand, I think, with the most well-loved family. Well, one person in the most well-loved family in this place. And the whole city, I don't know, it's a small town, I think. They don't really like her, so she goes into some... Is it fake dating? I'm gonna have to read the back of it because I don't really know. I'm just going off by explanations I've heard from other people a really long time ago. Okay, I was very wrong. I don't know what I was thinking of. What book is that? Now I'm intrigued. I need to figure out what book I was thinking of, but this is something different. In this one, Winslow is the new chief of police in this place. Quincy, is that what it's called? And she has to like win the favor of the community, prove herself. And to do that, she needs to be in like the good grace of the Eden family, which is very popular, I think. They're the founding family of the town. But that seems to be very hard because of a one-night stand she had with the oldest son in the Eden family, Griffin. So she's trying to avoid him, but then when a woman is found dead on their property, she can't really get away from him. They have to cross paths because she's the chief of police and there's been a murder. Or I think it's a murder. It should be if a woman is found dead on their property. It says here that as clues to the murder lead to one of Quincy's own, Griffin realizes Winslow is more than he gave her credit for. Beautiful and intelligent, she proves hard to resist for him and the killer. It seems very interesting, and I bought this very recently, and I need to be better at actually reading the books I buy. So this is a good choice. I know I said I would only choose 5, but I actually think I want to choose 6. I like to have an even number, and I'm really happy with my choices, and right now my motivation to read is up here and it was like down here. So we're gonna choose a 6th prompt. Hope it's a good one. A book with your favorite artist on the playlist. So that's probably gonna be a romance. A lot of the fantasies usually don't have playlists. So I'm gonna look at... I don't think Book Lovers has a playlist. No. I'm not gonna read that one yet. I could do... Does this one have a playlist? No, it doesn't. Which book has a playlist? I don't feel like that makes sense if that's a playlist. This is very difficult. How do I find a book with a playlist? It's not gonna be those. I don't think Addicted has a playlist. No. What books have I read with a playlist in them? Does Ali Hazelwood have playlists? No. Lynn Painter has playlists in them. I'm sure of it. Seriously? I thought she did. What about in the back? What? This one has a playlist. Let's see if there's anyone. Yes, it does have one. Oh my god. Bad Blood Taylor Swift. This Is Me Trying Taylor Swift. One of my favorite songs ever. Invisible String by Taylor Swift. Death by a Thousand Cuts. I Wanna Be Yours by Arctic Monkeys. They're not my favorite artists, but I love that song. Lavender Haze. Do I want to read that this month? Do I really not have anyone else? That's very unfortunate. Is there any video I can put that in? I do want to read it though, so I think I'm gonna have to choose Whiskey Business by Elliot Fletcher. I think this man works at a Scottish wine distillery and she's something, I don't know. I think she's taking over it or something. Opposites attract when a fish out of water actress and a grumpy Scottish whiskey distiller are forced to work together to save the distillery they both love. So April is an actress who seems to struggle in her career right now, so she's going back home to try to save her family's distillery, where she finds Malcolm, who is a short-tempered and exceedingly attractive man living in the home she has just inherited. Mal has no time for the pampered princess poking her nose around his distillery, even if she's the one that got away. It's not his distillery though, it's hers. So I don't know, it seems like he's gonna be grumpy because she's coming back to something that he's been with all this time. Seems like they maybe have some history together. I don't want to read that this month. Is there serious? This one has a playlist. It does. Please be something by one of my favorites. White Horse by Taylor Swift. Honestly, I'm choosing the fine print instead. In this one, the brothers of this family inherit this theme park from their grandfather, but in order to get their share of it, they have different tasks to finish, and I think this one, what does he have to do? Okay, it doesn't actually say. But this girl criticizes him, I think, or his park or something like that. And then he offers her a job and she has to work for him. And he's grumpy. Don't know much more than that, but I know people love this series and I've had this for a really long time and it's time I read it. So I'm choosing The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Should we look at our books for the month. So this is the 6 books I will be reading this month. Normal People by Sally Rooney, 1984 by George Orwell, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas, The Hunger Games Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry, and The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I think I'm gonna have a fun time, and I like when I can include them in videos that I'm excited to film. So I think these are good options. I'm very excited for this month now, and I feel a little bit more excited about reading, which is always good. So I'm gonna clean up after myself and get to editing this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you've read any of them, please let me know what you think. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, lovers!